All right, this is part 6 of this build that I'm doing here, which I'm not really sure what to call. Today I want to work on getting some wheel hub set up so I can actually get these wheels bolted to the axles and stuff like that. So I'm going to make up some the rear wheel hubs, my rear swing arm, which I've already narrowed one time. Now I'm making it wider again, so I have to kind of put some extensions on there. So we're going to work on that today. In the last episode, I kind of got a chain and stuff set up on this. The clearance is kind of tight for both the chain and the exhaust, so I'm actually going to move the motor over a little bit on the rear swing arm. So we're going to get that done today. And then I want to tackle making front spindles for this thing, which I have never actually built spindles from scratch, so this is going to be all new to me. So let's see how they turn out. So I've been waiting 2 months for these parts. I sourced this out because my lathe's so small, it's hard for me to put something. Well, it turns out I actually can put this in my lathe. I didn't think I'd be able to get it in there. But anyhow, after about a month of going back and forth and drawings and everything else, the drawing looked like this, and this is what I got back. So a little disappointed, great big ugly weld there. They could have attached that in a different way. But anyhow, so I managed to cut this down on my lathe to make it the way it's supposed to be. I'm not sure if that's showing up on the camera or not, but that's 2 months I've been waiting for that, and it didn't even get here right. So frustrating. So this ends up being my completed rear hub. This was the adapter plate, and this is machined to fit the hub on the Outlander rims, is what I went to. That's the existing hub that I had. And I just drilled and tapped these, welded them in there, cut them off obviously, and put the studs in this plate, and there we go. It should work nicely now. And there you have it. Nice fit. Excellent. Alright, so today is wheel front hub day. We're going to try to make all these parts into a functioning front hub. Let's see what happens. There we go, one front hub. Should work. It's pretty straight on the lathe there. I just gotta drill holes and get that on there. But I don't have bolts for that right now, so I'll have to do that later. But machine little lip there in the lathe, so it should hold it nice and square. So there we go, front hubs. Front hub. Now I gotta take this pile and make the same thing. Just double checking the caliper clearance on the rim there. So yeah, there's lots of room both on this edge here and under here too. Lots of room, so that should work good. So there's the outer edges of my axle supported. Hopefully with this setup, the chances of me bending an axle is hopefully slim to none. I'm gonna have that bearing is gonna be right against the wheel hub. So I mean it's attached to this other bearing under here, and then obviously supported up here as well. So I would hope that that is very strong and it'll hold up to some abuse. So with the new widened swing arm, I decided to reposition the engine over a little more for better clearance issues with the exhaust and everything. Just works out better like this. All back together. So I want to start on some front spindles for this thing. I got my hubs all set up there now. So for starters, I just grabbed these collars, machined it down so the seal for my hub can go on there. And basically go on there, that'll go on there, my hub goes on, and let's start fabricating. Okay, so like I said earlier, I took these collars and machined these down for the seals. It was easier than me going and picking up a whole bunch of round stock. So I just got these from the Princess Auto in Canada. Drilled these out so I can plug weld them. Now the plan is for this guy to go together like this. What am I missing here? No, that's right. Confusing myself. That's right, a little bit there. There. Now I can weld them here, here, and here. So you shouldn't keep rags that are full of brake clean close to your welding station. So after about half an hour, 45 minutes of trying to push a worn out hole saw through this chunk of metal, I said, screw it, went to the hardware store and got a new one. Didn't realize with new COVID restrictions I was going to have to stand in line for 45 minutes to get in, but I got a new hole saw. But the other good thing with that, when I was out, my courier company that I use to bring stuff across the border from the United States into Canada called me. And I have the last of the goodies I need to finish this. Some sprockets. Carriers in there. And some hind joints. So that makes me happy. Good stuff. Still a little worried, concerned about my gearing on this. Oops, throwing things away. With these 4 sprockets, it gives me a range of, I believe it was about 3.7 to 4.8 between my jack shaft and my axle. I'm hoping that's going to be low enough. I almost ordered a bigger bottom sprocket, but I'll try this. Hopefully if it works, great. If not, I'll have to get a bigger bottom sprocket. Much quicker success.
So I was trying to figure out my SAI angle, trying to do the math in my head and stuff like that, to the point where my brain started to hurt. So I actually just made this drawing to help me out. So I think I got it pretty close there. This is with a 22-inch tire. I'm running 25s right now, but when I replace the rubber on this, I'm planning on going to 22s. So I think I got it. It should work. We'll see what happens. So I got one front spindle done. I think I got my SAI angle bang on the money, so that's a good thing. It's just partially tacked together right now, but the hard part's kind of over now that I have it kind of in place and figured out. So now I just gotta basically take that pile of parts and make it look like this.
Okay, so this is where we're gonna leave this video. Finally got some hubs made up so these wheels can actually attach this thing. Well, the fronts can't yet because it's not fully assembled yet. But anyhow, we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. The spindles, I've never made spindles that complicated before, so that was a bit of a challenge, but I think they turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think they should work well. Went and made more changes to that rear swing arm, but it seems like I am endlessly changing that swing arm. Hopefully it stays the way it is now. So yeah, like I say, that's where we're gonna leave this episode. And if you watched this far, I hope you liked it. So hit the like button, subscribe, come back for some more. All right, man, have a good day. Talk to you later.